This is Hani Rambod. I'm here with Mark Alvisi, Mark of a Champion. Basically got done finishing up doing a really good chest workout, a little bit of back. We did some posing, and we sat down and we decided we're not going to be doing the show this year. There's a lot of word out on the street regarding whether or not he was going to do this pro debut. It is official. There is not going to be a pro debut in 2009. We're waiting until 2010. Well, right now I don't think that Mark is ready to jump on a pro stage and make a huge splash.
My goal is really I want to win my first pro show, so I want to make sure that I pick a show that I think I really have a good shot of winning, and I want to give myself enough time to make the improvements so that I can do that.
Kai Green, $175.
You want to be big, you got to eat big. I'm working my way up to it.
I'm getting there. I'm working on my Kai Green meal.
Yeah, I definitely think that I improved my overall sweep and fullness and size in my quads and hamstrings. I definitely increased. I brought more detail in my back and thickness in certain areas than the nationals. I noticed that I had more of a three-dimensional, fuller and a rounder look to my delts and arms. They're just popping a lot more than they were in the past. And these are all things that we identified that I needed to work on, that we said, okay, this is what we're going to try to accomplish. And if you go back and look at some of the videos, we said those are the things that we're going to try to do, and we did it. What do you guys think? I think Gas should give me a contract. How about that, huh?
Jay comes in, of course. But pretty much a lot of like these guys. Whenever they have photo shoots and at goals, and they'll come by and say hi, and so it's kind of cool for the fans also. For a lot of people that are locals and they just come in Venice and they just come from all over the world to see who's in town. So they'll go to goals, try to chase a few of the guys down, and they'll come over here and Silvio and Comey here playing PlayStation and all that stuff. So that's kind of cool, and it's a relaxed atmosphere. They can actually talk to the pro, whereas if you see them at goals, then obviously you can't bug them while they're training. So it's a little bit more relaxed and laid back, and so and of course we love having these guys coming by all the time.
Yeah, I think it's probably one of the best Max Muscles where it comes to the selection of all the clothing and everything. And I'm not just saying that, but when you come in here, you can pretty much find a ton of different clothing and all the different stuff. So, I see people from Europe that come in here all the time. Every time I'm in here, they're buying stuff, taking it back home with them all over the world.
I worked with Hani for the first time. I hired him right at the USA's last year, a year ago, to train me for the Nationals. And in that 4 months, we were able to make some necessary improvements from the USA's to the Nationals through the training and nutrition. And he dialed me in for the Nationals, and we learned a little bit more about my physique and how I respond to that last couple weeks process going into the Nationals, and then we made some adjustments based on how that went so that we could nail it 100%.
So basically we're here with Mark again about 3-4 days after the USA. Mark's put on a good 15 pounds, and now he's just kind of filling up his chest a little bit. We're gonna kind of evaluate, pose a little bit, see what we need to start working on. So this will give me the ability to start creating a blueprint and start figuring out exactly what he needs to do to get to the next level. He's got a nice rebound, a lot of carbs, a lot of sodium, just like we saw Tamer just a little while ago. We're going to do the same thing with Mark, kind of be able to assess his physique, see what else we need to bring up. We were able to really bring up his quad sweep by strengthening his core this year. And a lot of people go, well, how does your quad sweep get bigger with your core getting stronger? Well, fundamentally, he had a problem with lifting heavy weight, especially on the squats, because his core would give out. This year, we were able to strengthen the core. His legs got bigger, and he gave him a better X-frame, gave him overall more depth in his physique, more three-dimensional look, and he was able to, win the overall that way. Good old Gaspari Nutrition. It's a sponsor. I know Rich is real proud of him, being able to take an overall trophy home to Gaspari. Mark's also gotten considerably stronger this year compared to last year. That also obviously is going to put on a lot more size when you can lift up the heavier weights. Still got a bunch of that tan left over from the dead skin, so you might be able to see that at home, but it takes usually about a week to get rid of all that old skin with all those dead cells. Again, Mark's not trying to go too heavy right now after a show. You know, with the lower body fat and your joints being a little bit strained from all the heavy training he was doing getting ready for the show, there's no point in trying to go too heavy. It's just going to risk injury. So right now he's just trying to get a really good pump, get some fullness, and really work on getting that muscle belly to stretch that fascia. You make really good gains with the rebound after the show due to the fact you have this huge influx of carbs, proteins, fats, and your body just sucks everything up like a dry sponge. So we're going to definitely utilize that going forward so that we create that window of opportunity and really utilize, make sure we maximize, you know, bringing up his weaker body parts. All right, we're here with Mark. He's around 230 right now. We just got done doing a little bit of chest. We're going to work a little bit of back in a few. We'll kind of take a couple shots. Take your time. Obviously lost a little bit of conditioning, but acquired probably about 30% more fullness. Everything seems to be pushing pretty well. Still got good conditioning from behind. With Mark, he tends to get in shape opposite of most people, which is his legs actually get harder first and then his upper body comes in later, where most people, their upper body comes in first and their glutes and hamstrings and quads come in later. So what we do is we try to really maximize the fact that we don't want to lose his fullness in his lower body and for the sake of being able to get his upper body lean. So we really play the balancing game and we carb cycle him so that we make sure that we carry the fullness and the leanness up top with the leanness from the bottom without losing the legs. Otherwise you're going to get real stringy legs by the time you get a ripped upper body. So as you can see, he's put on quite a bit of size since last year. In the USA's last year, he was about 200 pounds on stage at prejudging, and by the night show he was about 198, 199. You know, 15 pounds heavier this year. Yeah, he's still carrying some good conditioning through his glutes. Yeah, his glutes are still striated, even though he's carrying about 10-15 pounds more of body weight and a ton of water. So it's a good sign for things to come next year as he gets bigger, to be able to bring that body part in on his pro debut. Some of the areas we're going to continue to work on are the outer thighs. Obviously, I like to, you know, be able to fill up the deltoids some more. Make sure that he gets really, really full in terms of not only the front and side delt, but the rear delt. And I think the weakest point so far has been his back, because he's gotten thicker and wider. So what we got to do is we got to match up the thickness in the back and a little more detail in the back. But so far, it looks like, you know, from last year to this year, I really think he's made a dramatic change. You can see the striations through the lower lat. His hamstrings are also really, really improved compared to last year. Most people can get in touch with me via the FST7 website, fst-7.com. You know, we got a lot of really good articles on there, as well as being able to get a hold of me just emailing me at hanirambod@aol.com. So if anybody wants to ask questions for, you know, any of my future articles or whatnot, you can always just feel free to email me.
It's been a long run since the USA's last year, and I'm sure that my body wouldn't mind a little bit of a break from the extreme dieting, and I'm actually really excited to really grow, and we're going to be doing some footage you know, in the next few months of you know, off-season mass gaining, and you know, it's going to be some really good stuff, because I really do pop after you know, with the rebound and everything. So I'm pretty excited about that.
Yeah, are you going to be mentioning things in your column also?
Yeah, you know, you have my column, Mark of a Champion and MD every month, and you kind of, you know, you guys will be able to kind of keep track of what I'm doing. You can also go to my thread on Muscular Development Forums, which is question and answer with Mark Alvisi. If you guys have any questions, you want to know what's going on, what I'm thinking, training questions, anything like that, just write into me, and I check it on a daily basis, and I'll get back to you.
I'd like to thank everybody, thank MD for having us here, and signing out from Gold's Gym Venice. Hani Rambod,
Mark Alvisi,
2009 USA overall champion, out.